Hi everyone, this is Professor Mayungar and you are watching ERUDIRE Plus, the professional CAD/CAM solution provider. Let's get started.
Hello viewers, today I'm going to show another video containing finite element analysis of a simply supported beam. Let us see the statement of the problem. A simply supported beam 5 meter long is loaded with a uniformly distributed load of 10 kN per meter over a length of 2 meter as shown in figure. Draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram of the beam using ANSYS mechanical APDL and compare the results. Right? So the thing is, problem is given with a beam of span total 5 meter and uniformly distributed load of 10 kN per meter is provided at a distance of 1 meter from left hand side and its span is total 2 meter. We need to find out the shear force and bending moment diagram of the beam and that we compared with the results. Result is given that maximum bending moment is occurring at location M and it is 19.2 kN meter, and we are having two different points as C and D. At C it is 12 kN per meter and at D it is 16 kN per meter. Similarly for shear force, maximum shear force is at location A at the starting point, it is 12 kilonewton, and minimum shear force is at B, it is minus 8 kilonewton. Right, now that to be analyzed using ANSYS mechanical APDL. Okay, so without wasting time, let us start our analysis using ANSYS mechanical APDL. Right, so let us close it. First of all, we need to create a directory, and in that directory we need to save everything. After that, we can change the title of this one. That can be done from file, change title, and we are keeping the name of this title as FEA3. Next to that, we need to know what type of analysis it is. It is a static structural analysis, and that can be taken from preferences. So structural analysis checked in. Okay, now we need to define the elemental properties, and that will come from preprocessor. Element type, add, edit, delete. We need to edit, and we are considering beam, and default it is pointing 3D finite strain. We're considering beam with 3D finite strain, and element type reference number is 1. Okay, and from options we are considering that element behavior is cubic form. Okay, let us close it. And next to that, we need to provide material properties, material models, structural, linear, elastic, and isotropic. Isotropic means material properties remain same in all directions, and in all cases we are having modulus of elasticity is 2 into 10 to the 11 Newton per meter square, and Poisson's ratio is 0.3. So modulus of elasticity is 2e11 and Poisson's ratio is 0.3. Okay, let us close it. Now we need to provide sections. As we told before, it is having square cross section of height equal to 0.01 meter and width also 0.01 meter. Right, so beam, cone sections, and breadth we are considering as 0.01 meter. Similarly, height is also 0.01 meter. Okay, done. Now we need to start modeling, and let us see the model again. The length of the beam is 5 meter, and we need to create actually different key points. At initially we need to create key points at origin, then 1 meter away, then 3 meter, and finally 5 meter. Right, 0, 1, 3, 5 meter. Okay, so create key points in active coordinate system, and first key point will be created at origin. So apply, first key point is made. Next one will be created at a distance of 1 meter from origin. So x equal to 1, apply. Next one is x equal to 3, apply. And the fourth one, it will be x equal to 5, apply. We have provided all the 5 defined nodes in the straight line. Now we need to create another one as a orientation point for the beam. Right, let us consider that one to be at a distance of x equal to 0, 1, y equal to minus 3. Okay, Done. So we made all the key points. Now we need to join all the key points in the form of lines. So we can start from lines, straight lines. Let us select key point 1 and 2, then key point 2 and 3, and finally key point 3 and 4. We join all of them, right? Excluding the key point 5, which will be considered as an orientation point for the beam, right? So okay. Now we need to start meshing. And for meshing, first of all, we need to start with mesh attributes, because we need to consider that orientation number. So we can select all lines and orientation 0.5 to be selected. Okay. And again, you can see that we need to pick that orientation 0.5 again. Selected. Okay, done. Now from meshing, we need to select size controls, manual size, lines, all lines, and we're considering number of elemental divisions for each line equal to 10. Okay, done. Now finally we need to mesh it. Mesh, lines, pick all. So meshing is complete. Next to that, we need to apply our boundary conditions. That means the load to be applied, right? So loads, analysis type, it is a new analysis, and also it is a static structural analysis. Okay. Now we define loads. It is a simply supported beam. So apply structural displacement on key points. The first node is fixed, so we're selecting the first node, apply, and it will be restricted to move along x, y, z, and also its rotation is also restricted along x and y. Apply, done. Now the fourth key point, let us select that one. Okay, it will be restricted to move along y, z, and rotation also along x and y. Okay, done. Now we can apply our actual loading, right? We can see the question that uniformly distributed load of 10 kilonewton per meter to be applied along the length CD with a span of 2 meter, right? So let us select lines from here, plot lines, and it will be applied from this violet line, and the value is 10 kilonewton per meter, right? So in apply pressure on beam, and we can select by box. We need to start select from this point to that point. Okay, and its value will be ranging from, it is a uniformly distributed load of 10 kilonewton per meter directing downwards, so it will be minus 10,000 to again minus 10,000. Okay, so load is applied. So all our boundary conditions are applied properly. Next to that, we need to run it. So solution, solve, current LS. If everything is right, it will show solution is done. Okay, it is showing solution is done, so everything is perfect. We can see our results from general post processing. Okay, let's close it. So general post processing, and first of all we need to read results from last set. Now we need to create elemental table, define table, and we know that for bending moment and shear force diagram we need to select specific numbers, right? So add, from drop down menu we need to select by sequence number, and SMISC it will be starting with 2. For bending moment the numbers will be 2 and 15, right? So apply, again repeat the process, by sequence number, SMISC it will be 15, apply. So we have defined the numbers for bending moment. Next to that we need to define the numbers for shear force, right? So repeating the process, by sequence number, and SMISC it will be 5, apply. The last one again, it will be by sequence number, and SMISC it will be 18, selected. Okay, so all the numbers you have defined, numbers 2 and 15 for bending moment, and 5 and 18 for shear force diagram. Okay, done. First of all, we'll see the results from listing, and we need to see reaction solution of all items. Let us check it. It is showing that reaction of 12 kilonewton is developed at node number 1, and at node number 42 it is 8 kilonewton or 8000 newton, right? Let us check this one from our actual drawing again. We can see that at node number 1 it is 12 kilonewton, and at extreme right hand side at point B it is 8 kilonewton. So it is exactly same what we saw in our ANSYS mechanical APDL, right? It is validated. Next to that, we need to see our results in the form of listing again. So elemental table data, and we can select all the numbers SMS 2 and 15 for bending moment, and again SMS 5 and 18 for shear force. Want to see all the numbers together, right? So these are the numbers. Again, you can see these are the shear force and bending moment for all the defined nodes. We are having total 30 numbers of nodes, and SMS 2 and SMS 15, first two columns are for bending moment, and third and fourth columns are for shear force. And you can see the last results at this moment. We can see that maximum bending moment is occurring at node number 17 and 16. It is 19.2 kilonewton meter, and similarly you can see that maximum shear force is occurring at node number 1. It is 12 kilonewton, and minimum is occurring at node number 20 and 21. It is minus 8 kilonewton, right? Minus means it is in the downward direction, right? So maximum shear force is 12 kilonewton and minimum is 8 kilonewton. Similarly, maximum bending moment is 19.2 kilonewton meter. Now we'll see the results in the form of plotting, right? Let us close it. So for seeing the results, we need to start with plot results. Control plot and line elemental response, and we need to select SMS 2 and SMS 15 for bending moment, right? Let's see it. It is showing that maximum bending moment is at this location. It is 19.2 kilonewton meter. Let us see the results from our actual question. It is showing that maximum bending moment is 19.2 kilonewton meter, right? Okay. Now we want to see one thing, like we want to see the bending moment together with the node numbers. So what we can do is plot controls, numbering, and we can select node numbers to be on. Okay, now you can see at the different node numbers, bending moments are also different. So maximum bending moment is occurring here at node number 28. It is 19.2 kilonewton meter. Next to that, we want to see shear force diagram. So again, line elemental response, and we can change the numbers from 2 to 5 and 15 to 18. Okay, let's see. This is the response for shear force diagram. You can see here maximum shear force is at the origin, and it is 12 kilonewton, and minimum is at the extreme right hand side, 8 kilonewton. Okay, you can compare this one with the original result again. You can see the original drawing. It is exactly same. Maximum shear force is at A, and it is spanning from A to C. So it is 12 kilonewton and minimum is 8 kilonewton. So it is exactly same what we got in our ANSYS mechanical APDL, right? Okay. Next to that, we want to see the animation of this beam. So for that, first of all, we'll see the 3D object that can be viewed from plot controls, and we need to select style, and from size and shape we need to make the display of element on. Let us make it on. Display of element is on right now. Now you can see the results from here. Plot element. This is the beam. You can see this one inverted away by oblique view. You can see that. This is the beam, right? With a specific cross section of 0.01 meter by 0.01 meter, right? Now what is see the animation of this one. So for that, what we'll do is you can select plot controls, animate, and we want to see deform results. And with the default setting, we want to see translation along UY. Okay, so we are seeing displacement along Y direction. Okay, to see this one in a better way, let us decrease the delay period. So this way it will be vibrating, right? Let us close this one. So with this one, we'll conclude our today's video. This was a very simple analysis of a simply supported beam under uniformly distributed load. And in this analysis, we saw the bending moment and shear force diagram, and that was compared with the actual results obtained in the question paper itself, right? So this is all about our video. With this one, I will conclude our today's video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again. Bye.
If you like this video, please subscribe and share. And if you have any kind of doubts, please write to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again. Bye.